Hi guys, it's Nancy with Nancy's Nibbles of Life and welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, again, welcome. My name is Nancy and I'm on the WW Personal Points program and I also count calories. So, welcome back to the channel. You know, Tostados are such a great vehicle for so many different low point, low calorie ingredients or recipes. If you have not tried them, you have to give it a try and come up with your own special combination of ingredients. You know, again, the tostado is just a vehicle. I have a couple of recipes here that I think you're going to really try. I hope that you run out and grab you a few. Not only are they delicious because they have a crunchy texture to them, that corn taste is so pronounced, but they are really low in calories and points. So I have a ceviche and I also have a chicken and refried bean recipe. I think you're really gonna love these. So easy to put together during the week, even for your children, maybe an after school snack or just a low point lunch. Such a great alternative for tacos or burritos. Are you ready to learn how I do it? Okay, let's go. Okay, let's take a look at our ingredients. You're going to need an onion, 1 cucumber. You're also going to need cilantro, jalapeno, lime. You need 4 limes for this preparation. You're going to need tomatoes, and of course you're going to need some tostados. So I'm using this great brand, Mazzado. I like this brand, Mazzada. It was cost effective, crunchy, really low calories, and low points. And hot sauce, salt and pepper, and of course you're going to need your fish. I'm using a fillet of tilapia here. Okay, so you know, ceviche cooks in citrus. So there is no heat when you create this recipe. You won't need your oven, and isn't that great in the summer? You're just going to need citrus to be able to cook your protein. So I'm using fish today, but of course shrimp is also a great option to use in a ceviche. So go ahead and juice your limes. Again, I used 4 in this recipe because you need your fish or your shrimp to be immersed in the lemon or lime juice to cook. So make sure that whatever you choose in terms of citrus, though I'm partial to the lime because I think it has such a great citrusy flavor, use as many as you think will immerse your protein. And I'll give you an example of that soon. One of the ways that we can help the cooking process along is to cut our fish to ensure that the pieces are small enough so that it all cooks evenly. And of course, that you have just the right amount of juices to fit into whatever container you are using with your lime or lemon juice. So you see, I'm going back over my piece of fish and just getting those pieces really small because I'm going to add them to my lime juice in a container. And I need, again, the fish to completely be immersed in the lime juice and covered. So you don't want too much of your fish or your shrimp or whatever protein you're using to be exposed. You want it to be covered by the lime juice. So here's an example. Okay, looks good. We're going to go ahead and add this to the fridge, maybe an hour and a half so that it can cook, and then we'll come back and check on it in a little bit. All right, so now let's make our ingredients to go in our ceviche. You know, a ceviche is really great when you use crispy, crunchy, fresh veggies. You know, I'm almost making a pico de gallo here to go in my lime juice and my fish. but I'm also adding cucumber because I want a fresh bite. So I'm using tomatoes, onions, jalapeno, cilantro, which is excellent, of course, in a ceviche, and also my cucumber. So I am not giving you the quantities of the ingredients for your veggies that will go alongside or inside your ceviche. Use what you like. You know, some people have a real problem with cilantro, and I used to, but I have to tell you, I really love cilantro now. It is such a great ingredient because it brings such a fresh, authentic taste to whatever it is that you're making. And of course, cilantro is used in several regions, not just Mexican cooking. So use the quantity that you think you'd like. So, for example, onion. I like onion, so I'm using quite a bit of onion here. And jalapeno is something that, of course, you have to be careful with because it could be quite spicy. So I am removing my seeds from my jalapeno and I'm only using half of a jalapeno. So I'm ensuring that I cut those seeds out in that vein that really make the jalapeno very spicy. So I'm going to go ahead and dice this jalapeno up. Rinse my knife as well. Had a few extra seeds on there. And I'll add it to my ceviche. So I'm sharing this with my husband who doesn't like a bunch of spices. So of course I want to ensure that I cut my jalapeno nice and small and get rid of those seeds to kind of reduce the spiciness. But, you know, again, crispy, crunchy, fresh veggies like these jalapeno really do add to the texture of your ceviche. So they are really important. So use the quantity that you want, but, you know, don't omit them because, wow, so yummy. All right, and cucumber again is such a fresh veggie. So, you know, skin on, skin off, however you want to do it. I'm taking the skin off here. I just prefer it that way, but you know, you will actually find that in a lot of veggies, the skin is where you get your nutrients. But in this preparation, I'm going to go ahead and remove them. I'm keeping the seeds. You can remove the seeds if you want to. Making a small dice, and I will add this to my ceviche recipe. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm going to go ahead. Our fish has been cooking in that lime juice for about an hour and a half. You see the color? It takes on a different color. It actually cooks in that citrus. And if you take a bite, you'll be able to tell the difference between a fresh or raw preparation versus cooked. So I'm adding my fish, my lime juice to my bowl with my chopped veggies, giving that a stir. And isn't that beautiful already? This was so great. These past few weeks have been so hot. Ceviche is such a great recipe on a hot day, you know? Or anytime really, but on a warm day, really, really great. So give that a stir. Ensure that you incorporate all of your veggies and your fish. And we're going to use our salt and pepper. I always say that you're the cook, season how you see fit. Ensure that you get as much salt and pepper as you want. Give that a stir. Ensure that it's distributed throughout your ceviche. And there you are. Nice and fresh, beautiful, vibrant colors. That's what you're looking for in your ceviche. Really, really yummy, luscious. Okay, let's build our tostado. So one tostada is 1 point of these Mazzata brand. 2 tostadas, 3 points. But only 1 point. So Our ceviche, of course, is 0 because I am on the WW 0 points plan and my fish and my veggies are all 0. So 1 point for this ceviche tostada. Pretty incredible. Look at that. So delicious. High protein, low calories, low points. You can't beat it. So, of course, add your favorite hot sauce. Give that a bite. So yummy. I'm going to have the calories for these tostadas in the description box. So check that out. Delicious. On to our next preparation. We're going to have a chicken and refried bean tostado this time. So of course you're going to need your tostados. I'm using the blackened chicken breast strips from Tyson. I am using these Rosarita spicy jalapeno beans, refried beans, my favorite cheese from Trader Joe's. I'm also using salsa verde, my favorite old El Paso salsa, along with my ingredients for a quick pico de gallo. Okay, let's get started. I love taco spices in my beans, so I'm also using a little bit of taco seasoning. Okay, you've seen me make this preparation before with our pico de gallo, onion, tomato, cilantro, and again, it's just such a fresh salsa. Don't spend your money in the grocery store on salsa. Make your own. This really takes 5 minutes, and it's so delicious and fresh. Add a little lime juice to your pico de gallo, and you have something that really, really tips the scale in your favor in terms of flavor and freshness. Make it for your family. Don't buy that stuff in the grocery store that's filled with preservatives and salt, unless you just have to. Okay, our pico de gallo is done. Looking really, really good. Love those beautiful, vibrant colors. All right, now for our beans, I'm using this spicy jalapeno beans, 2 points for a half a cup, but you should use the fat-free refried beans. They are 0 points. I couldn't find them in the grocery store. So I'm going to add my taco seasoning to these refried beans and throw them in the microwave for a couple of minutes. So our tostado is 1 point. So our beans, I'm going to add 1 point because we're only going to use about a tablespoon of beans on our tostados. And of course our chicken is 0. And I'm going to add 2 points for our cheese. So 4 points each for these tostados. And of course, like I said, I'll leave the calories in the description box. But these are so customizable that I don't want to limit you. Use whatever ingredients you have. I'm going to estimate one tostado at 4 points for this bean and chicken. But you could get it down to 1 or 2 points. Okay, there's my cheese. And for our chicken, now I usually throw these chicken breast strips in the air fryer because I kind of like the crunch factor. These of course are 0 points, but today I'm going to add them to the microwave. And while they're in the microwave, I'm going to heat my oven to 350. Get it nice and hot because we're going to throw these in the oven. Okay, our chicken is out of the microwave, and what we want to do is give them a dice. A small dice. This is such a great shortcut for your chicken if you are making a recipe that requires diced chicken. Just pull out your Tyson chicken strips and throw them in the microwave. The texture of the chicken becomes pretty soft and manageable. And if you really want, you could even pull out your hand mixer and shred this chicken. But we're just going to give it a dice because we want some solid pieces to add to our tostados. This is a great option. And of course, if you just have chicken breasts that you've cooked in the oven, you could use that as well. Okay, I'm going to add these tostados to the oven. So I am using my cookie sheet here, and I'm adding my tostados. And I'm going to add about a tablespoon of beans to each of the tostados. And you want to ensure that your refried beans are all over that tostado, because every bite you take, you want to taste a little bit of all of the ingredients that you're adding. So there we are. I love refried beans. They're hearty and delicious. And again, the fat-free beans, 0 points. You can't beat that if beans are on your 0-point food list. Okay, we want to add our chicken on top. Pile it up high. 0 points for that chicken. After all, why not? This is such a great lunch, after school snack, even just a snack for you, you know, or you can make it a full-fledged meal. Add a little rice maybe. So great. All right, we got our chicken on there. Let's go ahead and add our cheese. Okay, and then we're going to throw this, of course, in the oven. And we just want to throw this in the oven long enough to let our cheese melt and our tostado warm. So, this is so delicious. I really enjoyed this recipe, guys. This was so fun. All right, let's get a good look at them before we put them in the oven. Looks great. And here they are. The cheese has melted. It only took about 5 minutes. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm telling you, this was great. And again, so customizable. You could do anything you want here. All right, that fresh pico de gallo that we prepared, let's add it to the top of our tostados. You know, I love the juxtaposition between warm and cold in any preparation of food. So that cold salsa or pico on top of those warm tostadas. I love this salsa from Old El Paso. Of course, you don't have to add any salsa verde. Hot sauce would be great here. And here they are. Hearty and delicious. Fresh tasting. A little bit of spice. This was such a good lunch on this day. You have to give these a try. All right, I have a little fresh lime I'm going to squeeze on top. There we go. Take a bite. There we are. It holds together well. Such a yummy recipe. You got to give it a try. What did you think about those tostados? You know, I love ceviche. It's one of my favorite things to eat. It's been so hot for the summer months. It was such a great thing to have on a hot day. And you know, a lot of times we have fish in our freezer. So easy to make, just a few ingredients. And I also love the hearty bean and chicken recipe as well. Really good to do and fun to do, maybe even on a weeknight. Put some ingredients together and let everyone build their own. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. If you did, don't forget to give me a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and guess what? I'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye!